Hello, Michael here. Today we are gonna take a look at a cool board game, Rick and Morty Traffic with Mega Seeds. It's based on an episode when Rick is trying to smuggle some mega seeds for his research. They both are going to another dimension, which has perfect conditions for growing mega seeds trees. As a method of smuggling, Rick forced Morty to hide the seeds in his rectum. Even with this ingenious plan, their cover is blown. As a result, a massive shooting is beginning, but in the end they succeed to escape. Ultimately, the seeds are used to make Morty slightly smarter, so Rick can prove that he is not a bad influence and so he can stay. Now that we established the context, let's see what is in the box. We get a bunch of cards, each of it having a role in the course of the game. We get a manual which is describing how the game is played. The main objective of the game is to teleport mega seeds through mini portals. The player who teleports the most seeds wins the game. There are 5 types of cards: the resources cards, the mega seeds cards, the S cards, the panic cards, and the player type cards. First step in preparing the game is to separate each card type. Put the panic card in a vertical line from relaxed to panicked. This represents the time until Rick will stick the seeds in Morty's ass. Put 4 cards in a horizontal line or less if you're playing with less people. There is 1 card needed for each player. After you've done that, you need to select the number of Mega Seeds cards. 24 for 4 players, 18 for 3 players, or 12 for 2 players. Shuffle the Mega Seeds deck cards and put it near the panic cards. After that, you need to add the necessary number of Mega Seeds on the board depending on the number of players. For 4 players, you need to put 2 Mega Seeds on the first and second column. For 3 or 2 players, you put only 1 card on the first column. After you have done that, you need to shuffle the resources deck and give everyone 6 of them. Then you should create a table with 4 columns and 5 lines. The deck remains, put it near the resources area. Choose the first player and give him the first player card. The last player gets the You Are My Bitch card. The game is played clockwise. Each player can do in his rounds 2 actions, collecting resources or building portals, but not both. Let's talk about first action, collecting resources. You can choose 1 type of resource and you will get that card and all adjacent similar cards. If there are more cards similar to the first one chosen, there will be a chain reaction and the player will collect these similar cards too. The rule doesn't apply for adjacent orthogonal cards. There is a joker type of resource, the Plumbus, which can replace any other resources. If the card that you chosen have near a Plumbus card, you will collect it. Also, the Plumbus will produce a chain reaction. There is another rule. If you collect resources and it happens that you have more than 12 cards in your hands, you will need to choose what cards you will put back until you have 12 cards left. If there are still spaces left, fill them with cards from the resources deck. If there are no cards in the resource deck, shuffle the discarded ones and build a new deck. Okay, now that we are done with the resources part, let's talk about building portals part. If you want to build a portal to teleport seeds, you need to have all the resources displayed in the bottom part of the card. After you teleported seeds, you put the resources in the discarded pile. When you obtain the seeds cards, you can now use each resource shown in the top side of the cards to teleport more resources. These resources will be available until you teleport another seeds card that will be placed on top. In this case, you can use the resources from the new obtained card. At the end of each player round, if there is a column without any seeds card, the player needs to put a new seeds card as far as possible from the S cards. The You Are My Bitch card have a special power. You can steal other players' seeds cards by giving them the resources that they cost and the You Are My Bitch card. If the player is having more than 12 cards, he needs to discard cards until he has 12 cards left in his hand. The panic increases every round. A round is over when all the players finish their turn. Each Mega Seeds card will go down one row at the end of one round. If one Mega Seeds card enters Morty's ass, the player will lose the last Mega Seeds card they got. The cards will be out of the game. The empty column needs to be filled with a new Mega Seeds card. The game is over when there are no Mega Seeds left. Each player will count their seeds. The player with the most seeds will win. If two players have the same number of seeds, the player with the most cards will win. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was helpful. See you in the next video and don't forget to give me some feedback in the comments. It will help me a lot. Bye.